Greetings from Axanta Business Solutions. In this tutorial, we shall learn how to perform assets management and depreciation in Axanta ERP. So let's start. Firstly, we'll go to the settings and enable the Account Assets Management option and click on Save. Now, once the setup is enabled, the next step is to create an asset profile. So, click on the menu, go to Accounting module. Under Configuration, click on Asset Profile. Here, you will find an asset profile, named as Furniture, already created. This profile can be used for purchase of assets like chairs, table, and so on. Now to create a new asset profile, click on New. For this demo, let's say, we shall create an asset profile for IT hardwares. So here we shall give it a name as IT hardwares. Next, select the journal as depreciation. Ensure that the journal type is set to miscellaneous. It is recommended to create and use a separate journal for depreciation. For easy tracking of depreciation entries, in the description section below, you will find the link as how to create a new journal. In the asset account, select the account as IT hardwares, where the type of this account is fixed assets. Here, select the account as accumulated asset account, where the type of this account is also set as fixed asset. And here, select the account as depreciation expense account, where the type is an expense. For this demo, these accounts were already created. In the description below this video, you will find the link as how to create chart of accounts. Next, you will notice that the Create an Asset by Product Item option is enabled. This means that if you purchase, for example, 3 units of laptops, then at the time of confirming the bill, the system will automatically create 3 separate asset records, 1 asset for each individual unit. This is especially useful when each item needs to be tracked independently for depreciation. We will see how this works in detail later in the video. Then in the time method, we'll select number of years or end date. In the number of years, we'll enter 5. And in the period length, we'll enter month. So this means that we want to have the depreciation for 5 years, calculated on monthly basis. Next, we have the computation methods available for calculating depreciation. The first method is linear, which is also known as the straight line method. The second method is linear up to salvage value, also referred to as the straight line method with residual value. Under the straight line method, the asset is depreciated by an equal amount every year over its entire useful life. In this case, the asset value is reduced evenly until it reaches 0 at the end of its depreciation period. On the other hand, under the straight line with residual value method, depreciation is calculated only up to the asset's salvage or residual value. This means the asset will not be depreciated completely to 0. For this demo, we shall select the linear method. Next, you will see the option called Pro Rata Temporis. This option will be by default enabled, which means that the depreciation will be calculated starting from the asset start date that you specify. This means the system will compute depreciation from the actual date the asset is put into use, rather than starting from the first day of the fiscal year. If this option is not enabled, depreciation will typically begin from the start of the financial year, regardless of the asset's actual purchase or usage date. Next, you can select the cost centers that this asset profile belongs to which department or which store. And here you can enter additional notes, if needed. Once the asset profile setup is done, click on Save, and your asset profile is created. Once the asset profile is created, the next step is to create the vendor bills. Go to the menu, click on Accounting module. Under Vendors, click on Bills. To create a new bill, click on New. Here, select the vendor. Enter the bill date. Enter the bill reference if needed. Now, click on Add a Line. And, under Asset Profile column, you will see two profiles created: Furniture and IT Hardwares. So, if we select IT Hardwares, in the Asset column, automatically the IT Hardware account will get selected. And in the case, if we change the Asset Profile, automatically, the Asset account will also get changed based on the Asset Profile. So, for this demo, let's select the Asset Profile as IT Hardwares, as we are purchasing 3 units of laptops. In the label, enter as Dell Laptops. In the quantity, enter 3. And give the unit price as 1000 kWd. Once the details are entered, click on Save. On confirming the bill, the system will create 3 lines as well as 3 assets for these 3 units of laptop as Create an Asset by Product Item option is enabled on the Asset Profile. In case, if you don't want to create individual assets, then that option needs to be disabled. Click on Confirm to post the bill. And here, as you can see, the system has created 3 individual lines as Laptop 1, 2 and 3. And here, 3 assets has been created as well. To check the accounting impact, click on Journal Lines and click on Pivot View. So here, the IT Hardware account has been debited and vendor account has been credited. Now once the bill is posted, we shall see how the asset and its depreciation works. Click on Assets. Here, 3 assets has been created. Now let's say that, for now you want to start the depreciation for the laptop one, so click here. Here, the asset status is in draft. Here is the asset name. In the reference, the bill number will be displayed. Here is the depreciation base value. Here is the purchase value. From here, you can select the asset's start date. Here you can give a salvage value as well. Here is the asset profile, which automatically gets linked with the asset. So, what all setup has been done on the profile, it will by default reflect on the asset as well. Here is the vendor. And here are all the other depreciation setup. And here, as you can see, the Pro Rata Temporis option is enabled. And here, the asset start date is March 3rd, so on confirming the asset, the system will start the depreciation entry for March 31st. Now, we shall confirm the asset. Click on Confirm Asset. And the status has changed to running. Now, to check the depreciation entries, click on Depreciation Board. Here, you can see that the system has automatically created the depreciation board, which displays the complete schedule of when the depreciation entries will be posted over the asset's lifetime. And here, the first depreciation entry is created on March 31st. As the computation method is linear, the depreciation amount are calculated equally. So as and when the depreciation date arrives, the system will automatically post the entries. For this demo, we shall click on Create Move and check the entries. Click on View Move. So, this is the depreciation journal entry, where the accounting date is March 31st. And the accumulated depreciation account is credited, and the depreciation expense account is debited. Now, if we go back to the asset, you can see that the depreciated value is 16.572 kWd, and the residual value is 983.428 kWd. So, this is how you can manage asset and depreciation in Axanta ERP.